Hey guys, welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Now today we're going to go through Cruetraxa. She's the Demonspawn legendary attack champion that I've been asked by tons of people on Twitch now to do a review on. I've built a pretty good Cruetraxa. I think she's got some awesome stats and she's super underused in this game. I mean, when I say underused, she's a void legendary, so she's probably one of the hardest champions to get in the game, so that might be the reason why. But she's fantastic. I would say as a single hitter, she's got to be one of the highest up there, if not the highest in the game for a single hitter. So let's just start off like we always do with these videos, and let's just go through the skills. So you're looking at our A1 here is attacks one enemy 4 times, ignores 50% of enemy defense. So this is, like the title says in the video, the Rotos sniper. This kills Rotos in one shot every time, because if you look at Rotos' passive here, the thing that makes him so annoying in Arena these days and why he's so widely used is, among all the other crazy kit he has, is that you can't actually hit him for more than 50% of his HP. So with another sniper like another Rotos, even if he's beasted out with kit, he's never going to deal more than 50% damage to the other Rotos. So it's a bit of a nightmare. But the good thing about Cruetraxa is their A1 hits 4 times, so that counts as 4 separate hits, and this does massive damage. So this will snipe pretty much. I've sniped every single Rotos I've come across. I've not found one that I haven't been able to kill in one shot, so she's pretty insane. Onto her A2, this is what makes her absolutely nuts. It attacks one enemy, 50% chance of placing a 25% weaken and removing 2 buffs from the target. To be honest, just see from that start bit there, attacks one enemy, then forget all the text up to the next full stop at the target, and then grants extra turn. All you need to read is attacks one enemy, grants extra turn, because no matter who you hit with this ability, they're gonna die. Like, the weaken and the removing 2 buffs is just pointless, really. I mean, I guess it could be quite handy because it removes the buffs, then does the damage, so you could potentially remove, you know, like a increased defense or something like that, then it's gonna deal more damage. But if there was a video I did like maybe a week ago, and it's when the damage multipliers got released. I think it was some Russian website that you were able to see it all on, and if you look at that, you can actually see that her damage multiplier for this ability here is like way up at like 7 point something. It says massive, which explains a lot, because this does insane damage. Now I have fully booked her. It doesn't do loads, but if you really want to min-max her damage, you want to just eke out every single bit of damage percentage you can on this build. So it's definitely worth fully booking her if you have the books available. But yeah, this is crazy. So you're basically attacking here, grants an extra turn guaranteed, which I should know, Rotos is really good at taking extra turns, but they're all situational. So he has to kill someone to get an extra turn off this ability, which is pretty easy with him, to be fair. But also this is only a 30% chance, and then you've only got an 18% chance on his procs from his relentless gear. So if you want just guaranteed extra turns, she's actually a lot more reliable, because you just use this ability. Basically what happens is my team sets everything up, puts them to sleep, gets them all ready, and then basically hits the A2, kills someone, goes to someone else, then kills another person, and then it just starts all over again. So if you know what you're looking for in Arena, you can snipe out like their 2 best champions that are gonna make the team work, and then you can just leave 2 on their own that maybe don't work so well on their own together. So she's super strong. Now she does have a passive here. Places a revive on death buff champion for this champion at 2 turns at the beginning of each round. So this is actually really quite handy. You forget about it a lot, but if for whatever reason they maybe get like a counter attack or something and she ended up blasted, I'm thinking the last time it happened to me was with a Big Un. Big Un's a bit of a nightmare because she is quite squishy. So Big Un hit a counter attack and then like destroyed my whole team. But she actually revived on death and was able to still finish the round off, which was really good. She also gets a revive on death when she kills someone, but to be honest, it's kind of win more. Once she's killing people, you've won the game anyway. So when I say win the game anyway, I'm talking specifically about Arena here. I probably should have made that clear at the start. This champion is 100% an Arena champion. She's good in Fire Knight, she's good in other things, but I would say Arena is where she really shines, because she can just blast out all these other high defense, high HP champions. I mean, I've seen her doing like 160, 170k damage in one hit to like some of the bigger HP champions. It's nuts, absolutely crazy. So she has also got an aura, which is actually pretty useful. It's attacking all battles by 24%, which is a lot. And all battles is really, really handy depending on where you are in the game. So she's definitely useful in dungeons as well, don't get me wrong, but she's definitely an arena champion. So I'll go through the artifacts and their stats first. So let's just go over to the screen and look at our base stats. So if you go to Demonspawn, our base stats here. So she's not got the highest base attack for like a crazy attack based champion. It's her multipliers. That's the thing that player probably shouldn't hide this information because it makes such a big difference, you know. But you know, there's a couple of other champions, like for instance this one right here, Blood Twin, is like 1.729 attack, whereas she's like 1498, but she does a lot more damage single target. I mean, this guy's a single target killer, don't get me wrong, but I've tried both of them and this girl puts out way more damage on her A2, especially because of those multipliers. She's got decent enough speed, 99 speed, very low defense for a legendary, that is, so she is quite squishy. Decent enough HP, but you're not really worried about that. Really, you want to kill them or you're dead effectively with this champion. So that's the base stats there. I always like to go to that screen for that. Now let's see what I've got her to. So I've put her up to 5.8k attack, sorry. She's on 35k HP, but she's sitting at 302% crit damage, which is pretty damn good. I can eke out, I've worked out probably another 20% out of this, so I could get it up to about 322 once I get like a 6-star crit damage amulet and I finish off my Great Hall for crit damage. So I'll be getting, yeah, around that sort of mark. So to get all this, I should have noted as well, I actually had her up at 6.5k attack and a little bit less crit damage, and I noticed a massive difference when I dropped it down to about 5.8 and put it up to 302. I think what I've worked out is that her damage falls off after about 5.5k attack. She doesn't gain as much advantage once you go past that, so really if you're wanting to build her and you really want to min-max and get those crazy hits, you want about 5.5k attack, and then the rest you want to pump into crit rate and crit damage. So obviously 100% crit rate is exactly what you need. I'm actually only on 86 right now, which is, it's cutting it fine. I would rather it was in like the sort of mid 90s just to guarantee those hits. So I am on the lookout. I'm kind of hoping I'm going to get it from my weapon, because I've got a 5-star weapon right now, crit damage, which has got really good rolls in it, but it's only a 5-star, so I can eke out some more attack, and if I could get something that's going to give me, you know, a little bit less attack and more crit rate and crit damage, and it's 6-star, I probably should even out to where I am right now, but with the crit rate. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. I've also got a 5-star helmet, which has got really good rolls, so I don't really want to get rid of this, but I potentially could get more stats out of these two items right here. The rest of my gear is pretty crazy. So I'm running Cruel, Divine Speed and Crit Damage, which is a pretty decent amount. You could run, you really want to run Cruel with her because of the Endergore's enemy defense. You could use Savage if you've got the good Savage gear. I don't have that great Savage gear, so I never used it, but Savage is definitely an option, and then you could probably change their Masteries from what I have, but I find this definitely works for me. So obviously these three, you're looking for a crit rate, crit damage and attack. Speed for me is not a massive issue with her. You kind of need to play her in a team that sets her up. So if you have her crazy speed and you're missing out on all these other stats, I mean, by all means, if you get the really good stat rolls on speed, yeah, glyph it up and get as much speed as you can, but once she takes a turn, she's going to kill people anyway, so as long as you can get her to take a turn, it's fine, because you don't want to pump her up to like, you know, 270, 280 speed plus, where that's what you need to be taking turns before people in arena, really, at platinum level. So you'll lose out on so many stats. So I usually set a team up to control turn meter, put people to sleep, stun, and then get round to her just to finish everyone off. So obviously on the gloves you definitely want crit damage. 100% 6-star crit damage gloves is needed. These actually got some pretty good rolls on resistance on both these divine speed gears, so that's another thing that's quite handy. The resistance to try and counteract that hegemon sort of stuff would be pretty good. Now I don't have much resistance in my Great Hall, so I can get more that way, but resistance is quite handy there. So it's definitely crit damage on the gloves, attack percentage on the chest, attack percentage on the boots. You could go speed, like I say, if you got good rolls, but these are ridiculous boots actually. Crit rate, triple roll on the boots, which is nuts. She's got a little bit of survivability in there. I've got her up to like 35k HP and 1.7k defense, and I could probably just eke a little bit more out of that with glyphs. If I could get to about the 2k mark, I'd be quite happy for defense, because you've got to be careful of counterattacks coming back at you. That's the only thing in my team anyway that really kills her. And she does have revive on death, but it still would be handy if she didn't die. So then on the bottom three, you're definitely just looking for attack, crit damage, and attack. That's what you want on these glyphs. On the accessories, and then just beef up the rest of your stuff. I've got a bit of survivability again here, defense and HP, some HP and defense. Yeah, so that's kind of the stats you're looking for. So just a quick recap: attack, crit damage, crit rate, and resistance. Probably that's the main things, and depending on the build, maybe speed. We'll see. Now in Masteries, I've gone down the obvious. You want crit rate and crit damage as usual, and then it's kind of where this is arena build, like I say. So you really want shield breaker for arena. I'm also running. This is never gets used massively. This is a fantastic in arena because that first hit is going to be doing crazy damage. So the team I run uses Prince Kaimar, so he puts people to sleep. So this also kicks in because they're asleep. She does 12% extra damage, plus 8% on her first hit. So her first hit's dealing 20% extra damage. Plus she's got an attack up from Arbiter. Plus she's got critical damage up from Mashald, however you say it. And then plus this 20%. And if I really wanted to min-max it, I could probably do this and get an extra 5. But I prefer to have the shield breaker, because if they do survive somehow, they usually buff up shields, and then this kind of gets through them a bit easier. But you want to finish off at critical damage for reliability. Helm Smasher is really good, but it's not as reliable. I would say if you're running Savage gear, it might be worth looking at going with this, because then you can really just snipe out people. But I quite like using these two in arena always, and then because this shield's really handy, and then flawless execution. And I've just gone down for the accuracy tree here, mainly to get kind of two things. Mainly to get the Lore of Steel to get more stats out of my stuff. The accuracy is not massively needed, but it is quite handy to land a weekend every so often, just in case you're facing like a gigantic Mountain King or something that you can't snipe in one hit. And I also really like Evil Eye. 20% is massive, and again, if you're facing ridiculously high level platinum guys, then the Evil Eye is actually really useful. So that's the reason I've gone down here. You could probably go down the resistance route, to be honest. I'm kind of debating whether to try it myself and just get a little bit extra resistance and a bit more survivability in here. But yeah, that's the Masteries. So let's go through her reviews. I've already reviewed her actually, so I can't review her, but I definitely give her a 5 in the Fire Knight's Castle. She's actually very good in that. She's got a 4-hit A1, which is crazy good. You would have to probably build her a little bit different. You'd have to build her a bit kind of tankier, to be honest. So probably about sort of 4 or 5k attack and about 3k defense, really, with some decent HP. That's really how you would want to build her there. Otherwise, she'll just die when she gets in the waves. Arena offense, she's probably one of the best in the game. I don't know why she's not a solid 5. Clan boss, and not much of a clan boss champion. I've tried it. She does deal damage, but she doesn't bring enough to the table, to be honest, to make it worth it. So not for me. And because of the extra turns, it screws up kind of turn meters and stuff if you're doing speed teams. Campaign, she's good. She'll kill most things, but again, not fantastic. I wouldn't rate her that high in that. Minotaur, she's insane. She's like, you should see the damage she does to Minotaur. It's crazy. She can blast out the Minotaur's health so fast, it's ridiculous. Same with Dragon's Lair, crazy damage in Dragon's Lair. Spider, she's no use. She's not got the kit. She doesn't have much going on for spiders. Magic Keep and Force Keep, she's very good, solid 5s. Arena Defense, she is, yeah, she's rated 3.9 here because she doesn't do anything specifically for defense, but the best defense is a good offense, as they say. You know, kill the people, then they can't attack you. So I would have her at 5, to be honest, here, because she's so good in arena, really good. You don't see enough of her in platinum, mainly because everyone uses the same champion, so I'm hoping to kind of break that. Ice Golem's Peak, yeah, she's very good in Ice Golem's Peak actually. Void Keep, yeah, good. Spirit and Faction Wars, she's desperately needed for Faction Wars. You need her to kind of get there with the damage she puts out to get to the end of the Demonspawn Faction Wars. So that's all her stats there. Like I say, it's pretty god mode, these stats. You're not going to be able to get these straight off the bat with like a 5-6k attack plus 302% crit damage. But let's take her into arena. Right, here we're coming into a fairly high end sort of team. So his Arbiter is actually faster than mine. He's gone first. So mine's is sitting at like 320 speed. So you can see this is a fairly high end team. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boost mine and then put these guys to sleep. So it helps. Don't get me wrong, it helps you have a good team like this so you can actually control the other team really well. Put some increased critical damage on here. I'll do a little bit of damage to her just now. Right, and then see, Cruetraxa is quite slow, but because of all the turn meter manipulation, I've managed to get her to go just now, and this team hasn't had a chance to catch up yet. So let's go ahead. So our Arbiter, let's hit for 140k damage. So that's a high-end Arbiter. Keep in mind that was an extremely high speed one. 140k. We'll probably take out Duchess just now because she's a pain. So there's obviously that's going to snipe her in a winner, but that would have sniped her from full health to nothing as well. Don't get me wrong. And then the way I've got this team set up is I can just kind of boost back round to where I was. Do some damage to the Seer just now. Take some damage there, and then hopefully I can get a shot off on Krisk, because Krisk is really high defense. He's a super tanky champion, so it'll be interesting to see. Look at that, boom, 104k dead in one shot, and then you get that extra turn, boom, destroy her too. So that's what she can do, guys. It's insane. Let's have another look at the next one. Right, here we are, another pretty high-end team. This is Gold 4 I'm in just now. I'm not in Platinum just now. I'm just at the kind of top end of Gold 4. So you're getting pretty decent teams, but not incredible. But it gives you a good showcase of what she does. So let's start off the ball rolling again. The reason I wanted to do this was because Miscreated Monster's in here. And he's a high HP champion, so you can really get an idea of how much damage she can do. So watch this. 143k again, boom. Let's take out, look at that, snipes a massive, you know, keep in mind Valkyrie's really high defense, so that ignored defense really came in well there. Right, I faced some teams that are a little bit easier. So here's a tough team here. This has got Tormund and it's got Mountain King in it, Martyr as well. Tormund's a pain in the ass for this team, so what I've done is I've switched in my Duchess just to give the block debuffs, because the big problem with my team here is any sort of buffs that I'll put on will get a debuff freeze from this guy. So everyone knows what he's like, he's a pain in the arse. So I'm just going to use that right off the bat just to begin with, and then start off my team rolling instead of Arbiter. But this should let you guys see how much damage you can do to things like Mountain King and Tormund, who are ordinarily super tough to kill. So I'm not even going to deal damage to them just now. I'm just going to deal a bit of damage to this guy. And hopefully Cruetraxa gets the turn there. So let's go for, who are we going to go for first? Well, we'll go for, let's go for the Mountain King. There we go, 73k, boom, dead in one shot, Mountain King. And this is a high-end team, you know, this is like 260k power team right here. I'm going to do, Tormund's sitting quite low on his turn meter, so I'm actually just going to try and snipe out this guy right now. And then I can start the ball rolling on this again. Deal damage to Martyr because I want to hit Tormund first. Okay, I'll have to do a wee bit of damage. Right, here we go. So Tormund, one shot, boom, he's dead and he's revived with this stupid freeze thing. What I'm going to do, I mean, you're not going to be able to kill him in one shot now because the freeze makes him super tough, but I'm just going to hit Martyr to make this easier, then I'll just boost round. And you get the idea though, you can kill Tormunds and Mountain Kings in one shot. There's like nothing you can't one shot. So we've worked our way back up into Platinum here, and let's have a quick go at doing this. So obviously his Arbiter is super fast, so she's gone before mine. Again, mine's 320 speed like I said, so she's pretty fast, but let's have a go at Rotos. This is kind of where I want to show you how much damage you can do to Rotos, basically. Let's try and take down his Arbiter a little bit. Right, here we go. So I'll take out Arbiter just now because she's a pain, and then watch this one-shot Rotos. Boom! And he's a high-end platinum Rotos. These guys are like 270k power. So right, so here's like a really high-end platinum team. These guys are like 290k power. I'm only like 175 player power at the moment. So a lot of these guys aren't leveled up apart from Cruetraxa, but this is just to kind of showcase what this can do at like high level platinum, mainly to this guy Rotos, like what I did in the last video. So in the last fight, sorry, not video. Let's hit Venus because she's awake. Right, boost. Right, let's snipe out 103k damage to his Arbiter, and then Rotos, boom, one shot. And this guy's like a high end, like I say again, Rotos. So I mean, it's just crazy the damage she does. I'm yet to find anything she can't one shot as long as she hits that crit. So I need to get that little bit extra crit damage on her, but try and make sure crit rate. Sorry, but make sure you try and get that 100% crit rate, and you'll be fine. Anyway, guys, that is the champion guide for Cruetraxa. Any comments, please leave it below. Any questions, anything. I mean, I've played about on a lot of different sets with this champion, so I've got a lot of info that I can't fit all into this one video. So please, any questions you have, make sure you leave them in the comments below. But again, like and subscribe to the channel, please. It really helps me out. We're building slowly just now, but we're getting to where I need to be. Want to keep pushing this YouTube channel, and once I get more time after this pandemic's over and I get a bit more time to not work my ass off every single day, I'll definitely be putting out more content. So keep your eyes peeled, hit that bell button for notifications as well, please. Anyway, guys, have a great day and peace.